Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jamie here. Thanks so much for joining me in today's video. Absolutely pumped for this one. This is part number 2 in the 3-part series showing the steps you need to be focusing on in order to grow your online business. Now, this is specifically related to affiliate marketing. However, there's a lot of crossover to anything else that you are building online as well. And essentially it comes down to 3 elements. You can check out the other video part 1, which was in relation to how to grow an audience and different ways that you can do so. And today what we're going to go through is how to start injecting some value and goodwill into your audience. For those of you that are tuning in, if you smash that heart button, if you're joining me via Facebook, drop a comment, let me know you're here. And those of you that are new to my channel on YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name's Jamie. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer, digital ad strategist. I'm a coach for a program with over 560 students. If you're interested in learning more about what we're up to and how we can expedite your progress online, feel free to click the link below here as a case study. And you're welcome to book in a call if you're interested in ramping things up this year and beyond. Anyway, appreciate you guys jumping on. I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go through some stuff that's going to be super good, hopefully. Right. Anyway, let me just bring this up on my, I don't know why I've got all monosyllabic. Monosyllabic? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's make sure I've got this thing. Rightio. Now, I can't see who the names are. I apologize, but you guys are awesome. Thank you for smashing the old lives. You know what I mean? Right, here we go. All right, I can see my screen, so I'm hoping you guys can as well. Cool. Okay, so in order to grow any online business whatsoever, there's essentially 3 things that need to take place. You need, as some of you guys know, especially those in the Super Affiliate Accelerator, you know we talk about this a lot. You need to have an offer, something that you believe in, that you know can solve problems for people. You need to have a conversion process. You need to have an audience. Now, it's not just something just to have an audience. You actually need to give something of value to your audience. And as people like Frank Kern say, for example, you need to show them results in advance. So what I'm going to do is just go through the very first part of this when it comes to the value that you give them as part of that growth. So anyway, if you imagine that your audience is here, they are unhappy. They're not fulfilled. They're not getting the results that they desire in their business in general. And so regardless of where you yourself are, what you need to do is imagine the other side of that, which is this little guy over here. You need to imagine that that's where people want to be. And if that's you haven't reached that point yet, that's completely fine. You can still imagine that that's where you would like to be. Now, all you need to do is think about what is going to propel your audience forward, propel those people forward in order to help them start achieving their goals and get them to where they would like to be in their life. And it's usually things like freedom. If you're looking at, I guess, the online space, the freedom, financial freedom, freedom to spend more time with their family, to feel a sense of fulfillment, to impact people in a positive way, all that sort of stuff. Now, the reason why I'm a big advocate for this particular part and why I wanted to put this at the very beginning of the presentation is realistically, going back to my own history, I used to put out a lot of value stuff, but it was a lot of it was very incongruent. And what I mean by that is I'd have one chunk of valuable content and there would be something completely irrelevant the next day, and there would be something completely irrelevant the next day. And it's because, I guess, having done this for nearly 10 years, well, actually, it is 10 years now. Wow, it's gone quick. Being online for 10 years, what it means is that I've picked up so much information. I don't say that out of arrogance, by the way. It's really just because I've had a lot of setbacks with some of the things I've tried. So I've learned a lot along the way. And of course, in my mind, I thought, cool, what I'll do is I'll just start putting out all this valuable content. You know, today it's going to be SEO, and the next day it's going to be this. And this is how you create an article, and this is how you do CPA marketing. This is how you operate ClickBank. This is how you set up a funnel, blah, blah. So I started putting all that out. But the problem is that there was no congruence to the way that I'd format my content. So if someone happened to stumble upon my brand, my personal brand, there was a disconnect. So not only did they not know what I was actually trying to promote, because I was, I was a little bit shy with my offers, shall we say. However, I started to learn that you need to take people on a bit of a pathway. And the way that you do take them on that pathway is you look at the end result that they want in their lives. and you start reverse engineering that. And like I say, if you haven't reached that point yourself, it's completely fine, because I can guarantee that, especially after going through this particular training, you're going to know a ton of stuff. You're going to know how to get in front of your audience. You're going to know how to put really good will, good equity into your audience, and of course, just make offers. Like, for example, if you guys are interested in ramping up your results 2021 and beyond, I can help get you there. All you need to do is click that link below if you're on YouTube. Otherwise, go to jgcall.com, check out the free case study. And if you're interested in booking in a time with myself to see if we might be a good fit, by all means, do so, and look forward to catching up with you. Anyway, all that being said, back onto it. So that's the process. Look at where someone wants to go, start mapping that out. And even if you don't know those steps, I'm going to go through a few things here that are going to help you out massively. So question then remains, where do you get this whole value stuff from, Jamie? It's all very well you saying it, but where do you get it from? I need some good value stuff. I got you covered. So number one, if you guys don't have anything of value to give that you feel, which I guarantee everyone does, by the way, there's options. There's really cool options. So number one, go on to Quora. Quora is a great resource, by the way. It's a great traffic resource. It's also a great resource to learn from, and it's a great way to build a component of your own personal brand. And the way that you do that is you have a look at keywords related to your industry and what you are promoting specifically. So if it's affiliate marketing, just for argument's sake, you would go and find all the questions that are related to affiliate marketing. And if you know the answers to those questions, start answering those questions. And I can assure you that if you do this over an extended period of time, it is a bit of work, I must admit, but even 20 to 30 minutes per day, you'll find that in a very quick space of time, you start to get a little bit of clout on that platform. I haven't checked my stats recently, but I used to get between 5,000 and 6,000 answer views every single month because I'd put out quite a bit of content. I haven't touched that platform for a couple of years, I must admit. Now, the cool thing about Quora as well is what you can actually do is in your profile, you can actually start adding links. So add links to your opt-in forms, links to your groups, links to your bots, whatever you choose. And that's a way that you can add value. You can also get value. So you can see what other answers people are putting on Quora. And it even sometimes just gives you an idea, like, well, these are the types of questions that are being asked. So it's probably quite pertinent to assume that someone might get value from those particular answers and those particular questions that are being asked on other platforms, right? So don't plagiarize those answers. What I'm saying is that you can use them as fodder for your value content. Right, what else we got? Warrior Forum. So this has been around since, I think, like 2000, 2001. Actually, earlier than that, I'll tell you a little story about Warrior Forum. So my mum runs an e-commerce store, and unfortunately, due to the COVID situation and a few logistical things, she had to shut down in 2020. It was by choice, though. She probably could have kept going, but she decided to basically retire. But 23 years, not a bad stint, especially for e-commerce, right? So anyway, because New Zealand is the first country in the world that was introduced to the new year, going back to 1999. And basically, she raced home from whatever celebration she did on New Year's Eve in the year 1999, tripping over to 2000 because of this Y2K bug, which was meant to be out there. And so that never transpired. And everyone was all worried about it, all that sort of stuff, but it never transpired. But she was one of the first people to post on the Warrior Forum on that fateful day and say, we're still here. The internet didn't blow up. Anyway, so Warrior Forum, back on the story. Warrior Forum is still a great resource. There's obviously a ton of information there. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed because it can be a little bit overwhelming with the sheer volume of information that's there. But having said that, it is a great resource to get tips, to get guides, to get all sorts of stuff on there as well in terms of knowledge and being able to help, like I say, take that information from there, maybe look at repackaging it and other platforms, things like that. What else we got? Wicked Fire, which is a similar type of forum as Warrior Forum. I haven't done much there. I've advertised there. I haven't really been on the platform too much myself, but my understanding is it's a similar type of forum where you can learn about internet marketing related stuff, which is cool, kind of cool. Buzzsumo. So again, this is basically something that picks up information that's on, I was going to say Facebook. That's the one. And basically what you can do is just take that information, see what people are searching for, see what some of the hot topics are, and start to look at ways that you can repackage that and start getting value to your audience through those types of things. You also have a look at Facebook right here on Facebook. For those of you that are here, obviously for those of you joining me via YouTube, same deal. Have a look at Facebook groups, have a look at the comments people are putting up, have a look at the questions that are being posed. These should give you indications of what people are searching for and how you might be able to develop content which can actually help them out as well. All right, other people's content. Caveat at this point, and massive disclaimer, this isn't me giving you the green light to plagiarize people's content. Please do not think that for a moment, but it can be really inspiring. In fact, I get quite inspired by a lot of the content I see on Facebook myself. Some of my students, I go through that and I say, oh, well, you guys are kicking butt. You're doing really well. And so all you can do is start getting ideas from that content. And it's not like, so if I put up a post today and then I see someone put up an identical post tomorrow, I'm not talking about that. But what I am saying is that you can get inspiration from that. And you start getting kind of like a swipe, oh, that's a really cool post. I'd love to maybe develop some content around that, maybe a little bit later on. So that way it doesn't, kind of clash with that person's content, things like that. And again, like I say, don't just copy it. Please do not do that. But you can obviously develop your own stories around certain things that you've been inspired by online. All right, what else we got? Guru pages. So there's a few gurus out there, and you can have a look at the types of comments that are popping up, the types of information that they're putting out, the types of stuff that is out there in terms of their content. You can get ideas from these, and you can even quote them as well. You're like, hey, as you guys know, I follow a lot of Frank Kern, so I learned this thing from Frank Kern recently, which I think is my next point, which is statements made by relevant sources. So in the internet marketing world, that might be the likes of Frank Kern or John Lee Dumas, or I don't know, Russell Brunson or Peng Joon, or any of those names, or Jacob Karras, or whoever you want to follow. But those kind of statements that are made, they can be a great source for your own content and actually help your audience out as well. So have a look at some of those ones that are floating around out there. Relevant discoveries. So this can be something that maybe as an official discovery, maybe not so relevant when it comes to affiliate marketing per se, but even your own discoveries. Hey, I've just been trying this little experiment lately, and lo and behold, it actually works. Kind of crazy. So here's what I discovered, blah, blah, blah. And so now you've got content, pretty cool. And you can also leverage off the experiment that you're doing as well. And that's a whole bunch of content on that side of things as well. Right, productivity hacks and apps. So this little thing here, it's called a phone. And I don't know if you guys have heard of them before. They're pretty cool. They got lots of stuff on there. Anyway, why do I say that? Because you might have an app that you use. You might have a productivity hack on your phone or desktop or whatever it is that actually helps your audience out. Hey, you want to save time by batching your content? Here's a quick way to do it. Want to save time by, I don't know, not having to load your computer in the morning? Oh, leave it on. There you go. That's a great productivity hack for you guys. Leave your computer on. Yeah. Don't say I'm not good to you guys. What a genius, right? Anyway, you get the point. There's probably all sorts of things out there that you do without even thinking that may get some value somewhere else as well. Right, what else we got? Reddit, huge forum, huge platform, and tons of great information on it. And you can get inspired because the certain level of anonymity behind Reddit means that people are usually quite forthcoming with their opinions and their information, all that sort of stuff as well. So you can actually get some really good clues as to what's something valuable on there. You can also spark up conversations with people and learn a lot from others on that platform as well, which is super cool. What else we got? Guru blogs. So there's a whole bunch of them out there. Smartpassiveincome.com. Problogger.net, bloggingfromparadise.com. There's probably a bunch of them out there. What's his name? CharlesKnow.com, really cool site as well. Anyway, the point being is that you go onto these different sites and you learn some stuff. And again, please don't say I'm not giving you the green light to plagiarize. Please do not do that. It's nothing to do with that at all. It's really just going on there, learning some of the stuff that they are providing, some of the value they are offering their audience. And you can even reference it as well. If I see an ad that I think is viable or relevant, or a blog, I will often reference that and give credit where credit is due. And that's completely fine as well. What else? YouTube. It's kind of a big deal. I feel like it's probably here to stay, to be honest. Yeah. Anyway, so YouTube is huge. And obviously people are putting a lot of content out there. They're trying to help their audience out. A lot of the information there is just absolutely phenomenal as well. And you can learn a lot from YouTube and just going through some of the stuff that's out there. And of course, you can start formulating your own value content based on a lot of that information. And you're going to form your own opinions, your own ways to express it yourself. And you can start putting that out, whether it is via YouTube or Facebook or other platforms, all that sort of stuff. And again, credit where credit is due. If you are seeing something that you are going to take and absorb into your business, that's kind of cool. Right. What else we got? So there's some other ones. Here we go. We've got some more, some mindset shifts that you have. So think about something that you've achieved or like you've gone through or whatever the case may be, and something's just like unlocked. It's like you've unlocked the final key in the adventure game or whatever it is. And that's something that might be quite compelling and might be quite inspiring to other people. So don't dismiss those little things. It can be really, really powerful for your audience. Any epiphanies that you've had, which kind of plays into that one as well, but any kind of like aha moments that you've had, these can be powerful. Hey, I had an epiphany the other day, blah, blah, blah. This is what I was thinking of at the time. Weave in a little story, bang, nice and easy. Here's the massive one. Document what you've learned and document your journey, because it is unique to you and it's going to have your flavor. It's going to have your, I was going to say special sauce, but there you go. Why not? Let's roll with that. It's going to have your kind of your story as part of that. And that's really powerful. And one of the things that you'll find is that if you start off today and you document what you're learning, what you're doing, even if it's things that you might have learned here, for example, or anywhere else online, it might be something that you can then share. Hey, this is what I learned today. I'm going to try it. Hey, saw this dude do an experiment. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think it's pretty cool. Hey, this is what I'm going to try today, blah, blah. Hey, this is what I learned. These are the mindset shifts that I've had, et cetera, et cetera. So all that stuff is really, really powerful. And especially for someone looking from the outside in and they're seeing your journey, what you'll find is that after a little while, they might feel empowered enough to actually take some form of action in their own life. And that in itself is really, really compelling, which is why I recommend everyone does that. Books you're reading, or audio books that you're listening to, whatever you crazy kids are into these days. But when you're doing that, there's all sorts of information in there. There's all sorts of quotes that they can bust out. Whatever it is, these things can massively help your audience out and add additional value to what they're doing. So don't dismiss that at all. Industry publications, which I know is probably rare in affiliate marketing, to be fair, but it was something I wanted to put down anyway. I figured that there's probably newsletters that you're part of. There's probably actually, it's not rare. There's actually quite a few publications, come to think of it. But yeah, publications is a big one. And again, credit where credit's due. It's not about just taking the information, just copying. It's basically give credit where you can as well. Right. What else we got? Nothing apparently. So there we go. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Groovy. Any questions in relation to that? I see there's a few people here. We'll stick around for a couple of minutes. Happy to field any questions. Hopefully you got some value from that. It's a bit of an overview, but you sort of get the point. I think what tends to happen for a lot of people is they overcomplicate this whole business and fail to focus on the things that are going to drive their business forward, which is something that I've done for many years. I did a lot of the complex stuff, learned the hard way. So heed my advice. Otherwise, I'll just play on my phone. Might just play a game. Just kidding. That was lame joke. Any questions, folks? Or you're all absolutely smashing it in your goals? And if you are, good on you. Proud of you. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. That's probably the biggest lesson. Yeah, that would be the thing. You can shortcut your progress online. You don't need to spend the 7 years it took me to kind of make everything click into place. What I was going to say, and this is just recapping everything really, is that it doesn't have to be super complex, all this stuff. We as humans tend to make it complex, and we're really good at that. But reality is that it's just affiliate marketing specifically. It's just finding a product that you believe in and that can help other people out, and matching those two together. So one of the things I sort of mentioned to some of my students as well is, if you're ever getting stuck for any of the stuff, like just think about what's the thing that I can concentrate on today, right now in my business, to give me the maximum probability of deriving revenue in my business, and keep asking yourself that question. Reason being is because if you find yourself floundering around, you're not like sure, and you're kind of like, is this working? I have no idea. Oh gosh. Focus on that. Focus on, okay, cool. How do I get cash out? How do I get cash out of my business? And it comes back to these three things, like literally, and especially the next one, which is the making offers thing. For example, if you guys are interested in learning how to ramp up your results this year and next year, go to jgcall.com, check out the free case study. Feel free to book a call with myself if you're really wanting to ramp things up. That's an offer, by the way. Nice and easy. How hard was that? Make a ton of those. Wrap it up in value. All right, might just leave that as it is. All right, folks, really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you once again. Feel free to drop any comments or questions below. I'll do my best to get through to these throughout the course of the week. And other than that, keep smashing it. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Cheers.